Hi guys, it's Rebecca here. Good day. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing fine. So before we get into this video, you know how we do it on this channel. Go and click the subscribe button, okay? And let's get into it. Today's video is informative. As you all know, I'm your plug for information. So today's video is informative because I'm going to be telling you, as you all know, I got a job in Malta. So I'm going to be telling you step by step, showing you, telling you, just putting you through all the steps of the application. If you've already applied for the 2023 batch, then I still have info for you on how to take the exams, how to pass the exams, because you just need a way to pass the exams for you to get a very high score, because you can pass the exam but you still won't get the job. So you have to know the whole format of the exams and everything. But first of all, let's start from the beginning on the application and everything. First question we'll ask is, I'm sorry guys, I need to turn on my AC. I'm freaking dying of heat in this country. Who can apply for this job? This job is for, probably if you're an EU citizen, you can apply for this job, which is most unlikely because most EU people want to work in their countries of origin. Or if you have a degree in a Schengen university, you can also apply for this job. So you know all the Schengen countries. So if you have a degree in a Schengen university, you can apply for it. And good news, you don't have to be a graduate to apply for this job. You can apply from your 5th year. For me, I applied from my 5th year because that was last year. By this time I was on the verge of the application and everything. So you can apply from your 5th year so that before you graduate you can have a job waiting for you. You don't have to go through a lot of hoops, thinking about everything. You have everything set, which is a good idea in my opinion, even though it's rough, like just trying to graduate and applying for a job because you have to write exams and everything. It's quite rough, I have to say. But if you have the stamina, if you have the strength, you can do it. I believe in you. Then no wahala. Okay, so 5th year medical student, 6th year or already graduated doctor, Schengen Schengen holder, and or an EU citizen. For non-EU citizens, you have to have your Schengen diploma and stuff like that. For people non-EU citizen without Schengen diploma, I really don't know the whole process, so I don't want to mislead you. I just want to shed light on what I know, what I did, and help out. The first step, you need to apply for letter of intent. So letter of intent is like telling the hospital, telling the medical council in Malta that you have an intention to come work, to come be a foundation doctor, a house officer. That's the job title description in Malta. So you have to apply for letter of intent. This letter of intent, the application opens towards the end of June and it ends at the end of July. I'm going to put the website, direct link to this website that you're seeing right on my screen. Direct link to this website will send you, it will show you everything you need to know about the letter of intent. And this video, I'm trying to make it very detailed so that please don't come ask me questions that I've already covered. I don't want to repeat myself over and over again, please. So letter of intent, and for application for letter of intent, you need a copy of your transcript and a letter from your deans. If you're still in your 5th year, you need a letter of your deans stating how many hours you've completed and how many hours you're going to complete at the end of your graduation and everything. There's a format, it's on this link that I'm showing you guys right now. You will see everything you need, and also your transcript. So those are the 2 documents you need to apply for the letter of intent. And disclaimer, if you are doing 3 years of 5 of medicine. Most times they don't accept you. You are not eligible to be a doctor in Malta. I don't know why. I know of one person that got the job with 4 or 5 degree, but other people, they don't get the eligibility. I don't know why. I would like to say applying for letter of intent is very easy. Almost everybody gets eligibility, except if your whole hours that you've spent in medical school is not complete, it's not up to the required hours they need, then you are not going to get eligible. So when you're eligible, they send you like an email. That email is like the eligibility. It's like approval that you are eligible. They'll send you an email and they'll tell you if you're eligible or not. If you're eligible, then you can proceed. The next step, now you leave this medical council website and go to the foundation school, because there's a difference. The medical council is the government body that is employing you, while the foundation school are the people responsible for foundation house doctors in Malta. So you go there, there's a timeline. I'll put a picture of the timeline for this year stroke next year so that you see what it looks like. Timeline for everything, for application and everything. So there's a timeline, so you follow it religiously. There's FAQ on this website. There's just everything you need about this foundation program is on this website. So enable yourself to go, and you know, every information that you need is provided there. After that, when you get your eligibility approval, you send that to the foundation school, and also you send decile ranking. Decile ranking is like your position in the university. I was so surprised that you need to have a high position in your class, because in my head I was like, as a medical student, you don't need, like, you know, you don't need to be first, second or third. But sadly, applying to the UK and Ireland and also Malta, you need to rank and send it, because you get points if you are high ranking or low ranking. So you send your decile ranking and you send a form from your dean's office as well. There's a format of this form that it has to be filled. I'll put a picture. This is the format of the form. So you just give your dean's office to draft a copy of this format and everything. Also the decile that I spoke about. So those are the things you have to send. And after that, they will tell you they've accepted your whole application, and they'll give you, if there's a problem with your application, maybe your documents are not complete, they will contact you. So don't be scared. If your letter was not drafted well or anything, they will contact you and give you a deadline to send the required documents and everything. But just try to get it right at the first time, and then when they get everything, they will assign you a date for an interview. Most in the past it was it was like a situational judgmental test, like computer based, like MCQs and everything. But right now, since after the COVID, they switched it to online interview. This online interview is very tricky. So what you need for this online interview is just 2 things. I'm telling you, 2 things. Don't go and be doing, oh, I'm a medical student, I'm smart, I'm this. You just need 2. I used 2 materials for this exam, and I scored very high. I scored very, very high. And yeah, because you can pass the exam, try and rank high, try and pass the exam and rank high, so that you don't have to worry if you are going to get the job or not. It doesn't matter. The ranking high is just for you to have a little bit of peace of mind. Even if you don't rank well, like, they pick from up to down. So just try and rank high so that you get the job with the first batch. But sometimes they pick everybody. Last year they picked everyone on the list that passed. This year they didn't. So just try for you to have a clear conscience or whatever, to have peace of mind, to rank well. So you need foundation program book, Oxford Clinical's foundation book, and there was also this book I found very, very helpful. It's like Oxford Clinical cases. I used it to study. I studied everything. There's a topic list. This is the list of topic you have to use to study for the exam. it's not a difficult exam. It's a very tricky exam. You have to it's like an interview. They will give you like a clinical scenario. They'll ask you, a patient came in, the patient is having chest pain. You have to be very good at differentials. Give very good differentials. If somebody is having chest pain, for example, you need to have like very good differentials on what would be the problem, or if someone is having abdominal pain. So they just want to know your diagnosing skills, what you do in emergency, what you can do in emergency situation. It's not like they will just come in and ask you what is MI and then you answer. They don't do that. They ask you this question indirectly. They give you like parameters, they give you blood pressure, pulse, everything, and then you will use your basic knowledge. It's very basic, but just try to think like a doctor. They want you to think like a doctor and act like a doctor in acute situations. So that is how you can pass the exam. Don't just go and cram all these topics. Don't do that. Make sure you know how to apply basic clinical knowledge and be able to diagnose and be able to manage a patient in acute situation, because that is exactly what they are looking for. If you know all this, stick to the topic, read the book. I assure you, you are going to pass this exam and you rank high. So if you're planning on doing the application for this year, I think it's closed. The eligibility and application is closed because the interview is in November. As from the timeline, check the website, you can see from the timeline it's in November also. So you can also have an opportunity to apply for next year batch, so don't be worried or anything. So I hope you found this video helpful. I have also information on applying to Ireland and the UK. This video is not enough to put everything together, so watch out for my next videos coming and I will give you more information. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, share with a friend that needs information. Information is key, seriously, because some people don't know this thing. This job is a job that pays from at least 2,000 euros to, you know, it depends on how many shifts you take. You can get up to even 4,000 euros. And so that's a good for a start as an intern doctor. So information is key. So take care of yourself, have a nice day, and see you in my next video. Bye.